At more or less 5:30, we'll bring the May 10th Plymouth Village Water and Sewer District meeting to order. Starting with meeting minutes.
I make a motion we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There they are.
There they are, okay. Public comment.
Hi,
Hi, Neil.
I'm Neil MacGyver, member of the select board, and, you want me to come up here?
Oh, sure, have a
Yes.
sit.
Okay,
Could
you
be,
want me to sit down?
could be relaxed about
You
it.
can
Okay.
relax, you
Yeah.
can sit, take a load off.
Yeah, I've been working all day. The select board has unanimously resolved to declare the town of Plymouth to be the destination for environmental studies and ecotourism.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really, the implications are very, very serious for the community. We're working with the university faculty at this time, and we're developing plans for cluster projects, which are multiple interdisciplinary studies, which allow students to cross over into other areas and get hands-on experience. And the town is collaborating with the university. We are engaged with North Country Council, the multiple state departments, such as Department of Resources and Economic Development, and Department of Transportation, and Fish and Game, and Parks. And we're working, all the town departments, like the Park and Rec Department, and Highway Department, and the Conservation Commission and the Planning Board are deeply involved in this initiative. What we're really talking about is the direction for the future of our community. We're hoping that this will attract people who are seriously interested in environmental studies. And we're literally branding the town as the center, the center point. And we're also engaged with the Central New Hampshire Chamber of Commerce, which includes a greater area, multiple towns. And we feel that we have a very strong case. And once we have a solid plan developed, we think that it'll put us in a better position for getting funding, such as grants, and working with other agencies. One of our major concerns is the development on Tenny Mountain Highway. We want to make sure that it's a high priority, that we protect environmentally sensitive areas, and that we promote wildlife crossings. And at the same time, the highway is getting very heavy traffic load. It has intersections which don't meet current specs for safety, and we anticipate that this area is going to grow. So we want to develop we have done a master plan study on Tenny Mountain Highway. We want to develop an engineering plan to improve the highway, make it safer, and we want to move the focus of development away from the river and more to the south side of Tenny Mountain Highway.
Yeah, it sounds like some of the things that were in discussion at the recent master plan meetings.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
So are you
think
looking
this
for
is-
something
We're
specific?
implementing it.
Are you looking for something specific from us, or are you?
Yeah, we want your support. We know that you're very concerned about water quality and energy policies. And we just all want to be unified. And if there are, as we work our way along, we just want to have a good, strong relationship and in agreement.
Well, absolutely. I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
give this some discussion, and I'm not sure if you're looking for some type of statement from us, but
Well,
we
that's
would
up
be
to you.
happy to.
If you want to endorse our effort, that's
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
But,
I mean, we'd like to get some input from Steve,
Yeah.
who's not here tonight, but
yeah,
we'd be happy to
yeah.
discuss this
We're
further.
hoping that it helps the university too. We want to see the university do well. It's been a great asset to our community for many, many years.
Well, great.
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of good energy there, I think. So,
Thanks.
well, thanks
the
for
time.
bringing this by, and
Thank you.
okay.
I think it's great. Yeah. Very cool.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
Go home and put your feet up.
Well,
Well, he's here
I
as the
could
board
stick
rep.
here around here.
Oh,
I gotta
that's
give a report
right.
at the
Oh,
board.
I see, okay.
He's here as a board rep, so
Okay.
he's got an assignment.
All right. So next on the agenda, manifest and payroll. Do I have a motion?
We
Yes.
sign the manifest and payroll as presented.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Here's a budget for you. The only other thing to sign is the
That's separate, yeah.
report of appropriations, which you don't have to vote, you just have to sign.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll hand that over for you.
Sure.
And I'll work on these.
What is today's date?
10,
10.
5, 10, 17.
17. You should know that.
It's going fast.
Yes, it is. Oh, the big book.
Yes, the big book. That's just. Okay. Very good.
Great, thank you.
So next up would be new business, abatement request from 8 Russells, regarding 8 Russell Street.
Yeah, regarding 8 Russell Street.
Yes.
In keeping with the board's policy to grant people sort of a one-time, they had a problem abatement where water has basically leaked and was not discharged into the sewer system. And so at 8 Russell, there was a water heater malfunction, which resulted in probably 8,400, oh, let's see, is that, oh no, that's average, let's see. Yikes, probably 58,000 gallons that may have
Wow,
leaked.
that must have gone on for a few days.
Yeah, equaling $685.14 in abatement. And attached to the request, which is very thorough, is are all the receipts for the work that was done and so forth, and a letter from the property owner, but it seems to be in order, and so we would recommend that the board approve it.
Okay.
Okay, so I make
Jason would recommend that.
No,
Yeah.
not Jason.
Oh.
No, this is
No,
done.
this is from,
This is just done by our financial staff.
Oh, okay, okay.
And, you know,
Kim
kind of-
usually works this up,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I'll make a motion that we abate $685.14 off of the bill for 8 Russell Street, which represents water that leaked, that went through the meter, but we will abate the sewer.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
You have to second it too.
Oh, second, yes, right. I knew there was
She's
something
You know,
else.
lots
Hear
to do.
that.
I knew there was a second thing I had to do, yes.
Right.
All right, so yeah, we've got, I heard
It's
about
quite a
this.
thorough,
Yes.
it's quite a thorough brief for you.
Coming from the individuals who.
Stop it.
Yeah.
No, it's
All right,
very,
I'll-
they did a very good job.
Hey, it's better to have more information than
Right.
not enough where we have to ask for
Yeah.
it, so.
Thank you.
So next up would be old business amendment to engineering contract to start the design work for the South Main project.
Right, and you may remember that we had an original contract of $40,000 for the pre-planning
Yes.
design contract, and this request is to add $242,800 to that for actual design for South Main Street. And this is phase one, so it's from the other side of the common, the south side of the common, down through and around the corner on Warren Street. And I want to bring to your attention, we have the money budgeted, we have not bonded for it yet. So as we get into this, we'd be using cash flow dollars to pay this, and we'd have to watch it, because at some point, we can't just cash flow
Right.
large sums like that.
Yes.
We'll have to get ready to bond it. But we don't want to bond that whole big amount yet, because we're paying interest.
Right.
So to the extent that we can float it with our own cash flow, we want to, but I just want us all to know.
So what period of time are we looking at for the scope of work?
Yeah, boy, well, this'll take, this,
6 months or
yeah, I would
a
say,
year? or-
yes, one of those, yeah,
Yes.
probably, yeah.
Mhm.
Because, this is this major project.
Right,
Water and sewer line, and it also, as we know, is impacted by Northern Pass, or not,
right.
depending on how they proceed. But this is the design for it,
Okay.
if you would like to proceed.
Why are we throwing more money at this? Like, is this the original contract? Or we're
Yeah,
adding
no,
more
no,
money
no,
into the
no.
original
It's
No,
not-
good
contract?
question,
not
that's what I
additional,
thought at
yes.
first, too.
Okay,
like-
that's what I
I'm like,
want to
wait a
make
minute,
sure.
what are they
Like,
talking
what are we
about?
talking
No,
about?
this
Okay,
is-
this is just what we need to expend for
The contract.
contract that we've already
Yes.
got. Got
Yeah.
it. That-
Right, when they did the pre-planning grant, that was extra,
Yeah.
so that they could apply for money
Yep,
for us.
answers my
So,
question.
yeah, no, that was I was like, wait a minute, this is
What?
like.
It's not a change
Right.
order.
Yeah,
It's
not a change order.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
And I think, I don't believe that you folks have authorized me to sign this, and I don't.
I think we did,
Well,
while you were gone,
Okay.
maybe.
For this one?
Who
In any
knows, but
case,
we can
let-
authorize you
can-
anyway.
Yeah, you can just move to agree, and then you can sign, if I need to sign, I can also sign it in addition.
Okay.
So what's your thought on when we would move to bond? You know, like late in the fall
Wouldn't we wait
or?
to do that till
or-
next year?
I would, yes, one of those. I guess I want to see, this would be split between water and sewer, so that evens it out a little bit.
Mhm.
Our cash flow is sound, it's good, so if we can wait until we're ready to do the work, that's even better.
Okay.
And we'd probably be doing an interim financing leading up to the bonding, too, so, like we do with the rural development grant. So I just want to watch it, but I want you to know what, usually we either have the money in hand before we start
Right,
expending these kinds of
Right.
large sums. So, I'll work with the treasurer and see how we do. And, we do have strong cash flow. So
That's
it's
good.
not a worry, it's just a
It's
watch.
just
and we
a
don't,
watch.
we don't
Monitor.
expect, with all the other projects we have going on, we don't expect to be having to draw on cash flow for those,
No,
for that
that's
work.
right. We'll get financing for
Right,
those. Yep.
okay.
Yeah, right, Foster Street.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So the amount of this one's $242,800. And that's what you should
Mhm.
Make a
vote.
motion for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion that we sign the contract to expend $242,800 for the engineering work for South Main Street.
Great.
Okay,
And to authorize
second that.
Mel, if our chair is not available to sign.
all right, we'll
Good.
second that.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye. All right, so I am
the signator.
the signator here. Okay.
You're gonna start owning a lot of things.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Judy's glad you're signing this.
I still have a
Can I
lot of
list them
stuff
as
on the
assets?
books.
Don't worry, yeah, you've got,
I have a lot of stuff on the books.
and this contract actually is just in this afternoon. It is the engineering for improvements to Pump Station 1 here in anticipation of next year or the next year's force main, the continuation of the force main. So there's two things going on over there, if I understand it correctly. One would be in line with product coming this way, and the other would be in line with product coming cross country. So,
Well, what about sending it?
yeah, that too. Also,
Right, so we've
yes.
got to be able to accept it and send
Right.
it.
Yep. So this is a contract with Wright Pierce for $113,000. We had budgeted $150, so that's good. It's
Yes.
well under budget.
Okay.
We like that.
I might have a monkey wrench to throw in there.
All right.
The monkey wrench is that there's property to the, if you are on Fairgrounds Road.
Chris
where
mentioned
the-
it just before you came in.
Yes, and it looks like that has been sold or it's under
Well,
contract or something.
We heard that I think it's coming up to the next planning meeting.
Okay, and the
In a week or
idea,
two.
right, and the idea is that it's gonna be something very similar to the affordable housing for the elderly that's already on Fairgrounds Road.
Mhm.
Workforce housing.
No,
Yeah,
no,
to my
this is
knowledge-
elderly.
Oh, this is elderly, yeah.
To my knowledge, they have not contacted us, but I was
Right.
away, so Jason.
No, I don't think they have contacted
Right.
us because I don't think they realize they need to contact us.
Right.
But Fairgrounds Road, when we put the sewer in and we did all that work on Fairgrounds Road, there was a cap to what we would accept from Fairgrounds Road without people. We all paid into the
Right.
upgrade for the pump station, and we basically maxed out the capability of the pump station
Okay.
with the current development on Fairgrounds Road.
So it's design,
It
so
is
we're at
max-
design capacity.
We're at design
Capacity
for pump one.
Okay.
So the idea is that any other development that would want to come in and push wastewater to pump station 1, not only are they gonna have to tie into the sewer, but they also have to pay for any upgrades
Yep.
to pump station 1 based on the flow that's gonna be coming from the development.
Recovery
that?
charge, right?
No,
Or- This would be
it
an
was
improvement.
above the recovery charge.
An improvement charge.
Yes.
And this was all drafted as part of the
Yes.
whole
Right. So,
charter or whatever it is for them.
right now, like Blackie's property,
Mm-hmm.
he put in X amount of dollars for pump station 1 improvements. And if he ever goes to develop the rest of his property, he's already covered. Pump station 1 can handle that capacity.
Okay.
But he paid for that. That's his capacity.
So it's designated for
Yes.
him. if
Right,
the-
correct.
Okay. All right, well, let's see who they are.
So that's
and
something just-
Jason and I can, yeah.
Just for the memory banks.
So that might mean this project changes. Pump
Yes.
station improvement project, or not.
Or not,
Or not.
correct.
Right, right.
But at
Right.
least the engineers need to know this.
Right, because
Okay.
they are outside of district boundary.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
yeah.
So they are within so many feet of the sewer line, but they're technically outside of the district line.
Okay.
The district line stops at
The Methodist Church.
the Methodist Church. That's the last property that's within the district boundary. So they don't, I don't believe, because they're outside the district, that they have to tie in. Because they're outside the district.
They're not required to.
They're
tie
not
it. They
required.
could do it.
So they
So
could
they
do a
could-
giant leach field.
Correct.
Okay.
So that is another option. They would have to put in a septic system
Right.
that we would have to approve.
Well, could they tie in since they're outside the district? I mean, can.
Yes, because there are houses and businesses and a church outside the district where the
That are
line
tied
is
in.
extended for them to be able to
Okay.
tie in.
So the line's extended, but the boundary of the district isn't.
Correct.
All right, got it. Okay, let me talk to Jason. He hasn't mentioned anything, and I think he would.
Well, he was, the three of Jason, Judy, and I discussed this briefly
Oh, you
Right.
did? Oh,
while you
yeah.
were away.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
he's
Okay.
aware of,
Yeah,
he's
He's
at least
aware
aware
on
of it.
right.
All right, all right. So the work that's planned for Pump Station 1 isn't until next year?
Right,
This is just the design?
correct.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a motion on the design
Yes.
work?
Yes.
And this is funding for
I
the
think-
engineering?
Yeah, and I think, I reread the email, I think Mike will put this in the form for signatures once you've approved it. You know, improve it in concept and he'll get it ready for signatures.
So do we need to motion it, or
Yeah, I
do we
think so. It's
just-
$113,000, so
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the expenditure of $113,000 for engineering on pump station number 1 improvements for cross-country and Foster Street renovations.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next up on the list is purchase recs,
Yep.
of which we have 4 this
Yep.
time around. First off is $4,750 payable to Lakes Region Fence for several gates and repairs. Second PO in the amount of $5,408 payable to EJ Prescott for manhole rings. Number 3, PO in the amount of $15,238 payable to Primex for property and liability insurance. And then lastly, a PO, or 2 POs, one in the amount of $1,172.50, the other $528.50 payable to Eastern Analytical for biosolids, sample analysis, and permit testing
Respectively.
respectively. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the purchase recs by consent agenda as read.
Second. Discussion?
I have one question.
Yes.
Manhole rings?
Yeah.
For what projects?
I looked
Oh,
at
I'm
it.
sorry, Mel.
No, that's okay.
I could've looked
I
at
looked
it.
at it and I don't remember. There's a whole, I think there's a whole list.
Okay, because usually we do manhole rings when roads are being
Yeah, I think they might be.
Yeah, but wasn't there one that, I seem to think that there was one or more they identified as damaged?
Yeah, I've gotten them to strengthen their messaging to us.
Okay.
So let me-
Clarify them.
Yeah, it helps me. All these rings and caulk are used to repair manhole structures throughout, we know that. I have only 2 quotes available. Somebody else is the
Right.
local vet. so they-
Usually we do EJ Prescott, so that isn't,
Yeah, it's AG, so they have to have the Lad Tech rings shipped from another branch, since there's not a local vendor, so they didn't tell me what they're gonna use them for, but it's,
I seem to remember hearing something about one.
is any of this reimbursable? Like sometimes if we do this for the town or something like that, I don't know.
no.
Okay,
Uh-uh.
That's
No,
all I
and
had.
they're not saying, I don't know, sometimes they buy them
have them in,
yeah. You know, we had to do on Winter Street, they,
Mhm.
you know, and I think there's a couple up that way that they were working
Yeah, I
on.
seem to remember one on Fairgrounds. I don't know
Yeah.
where I heard that.
yeah, they're probably restocking stuff.
It's, let's see, 50 risers,
Yeah,
50 rings, 6 other rings, and then some caulking.
All right, so
So,
my
it's a
guess is it's
comprehensive
just a
order.
comprehensive thing.
Right, well, they used up a bunch maybe on Winter Street, yeah.
Yeah. And they know, they know they always need
Yeah.
them.
So, and then I'm
After
just
what-
kind of,
After that happened on Winter Street, and there was a manhole we didn't know about, Jason's making sure that that doesn't happen again, that we know about,
yeah, no, I've
No.
seen them out and about doing,
identifying.
yes, they've been
yeah.
out doing a lot of,
There was
setting up
that
new
manhole
points.
was plugged and we didn't know it even
It even
existed.
existed, I know.
I think. It was covered up,
Yeah, Jason filled us in.
yeah.
all right, so I'm just looking at the fence. Okay, I'm happy.
Yeah, the fence is a
yeah,
variety of,
Right, it looks
a
like
couple of gates and a few.
3 different gates are, I guess, are being replaced. Not sure why, but, and then there's another one that's some type of repair on posts. So,
Yeah, I think we're just a concerted effort to keep our fences and gates in good repair. And I do think too that sometimes snow plowing activities might dent things or damage
Yeah.
things. Happens.
oh yeah, one damage by snow plowing, right?
Yeah. But at least around the plant, we have to keep the fencing
Yes.
in good shape. And we keep
Yep.
it in good shape at the water, the
Okay.
wells too.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. And the other thing is a non-public.
I have
Okay, so there's
You have something?
two for you.
Yes, I was wondering how things are going with getting ready for us to be doing the road for the new septic.
Oh, the town's taking down their equipment, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
They have till June 30th, but they've started to move things.
Yep. Awesome.
Yep.
And things are good, so that's, you know,
Yeah,
not
that's.
hearing
that-
any.
No, that's gonna go fine.
Awesome. And then my other question was just about the intern.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, that got a little complicated. Can we do that in non-public session?
We certainly can.
Yep.
And the only
I
other
wasn't sure
public
there
thing is
was-
that you have a crisp copy of the budget expenditures, and I think, unless you find something for the first time since I've been here, and in working hard with Cindy on this, everything's posted in the right bucket. Everything that's in the expense report should be there, and the numbers are correct.
Okay.
So
Cool,
I'm-
I was
I'm
wondering
kind-
why we were negative in spots already, but
No, but they're little tiny spots, like, I am aware of those, like, if we budgeted $5,000 in workers' comp and it ended up being $115 more, that's fine, you know, it's a
Okay.
budget. No, anything that's negative is negative, but they're all just tiny and I know where we can absorb that, it's not a worry. I'm excited and I'm intending to keep the reports for you in this fashion,
cool.
or tear my hair out.
No going ball.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make a motion, we go into non-public session pursuant to RSA 91-A:3, Section 2D, for discussion of the lease.